Operation was carried out outside the district court complex near the old High Court area, Sessions Court, Registry Office and District Magistrate Office, targeting around 240 alleged illegal lawyers' chambers and adjoining structures that had reportedly been constructed over public land, drains, pavements and access routes. Notably, the action was taken following directions from the Allahabad High Court after a public interest litigation raised concerns about encroachments in the area, and in compliance with the court's order, municipal authorities had earlier issued notices to the occupants, marked the structures with red paint and provided a deadline expiring on May 16 for voluntary removal of the encroachments. And as the deadline ended, enforcement teams moved in with bulldozers in order to begin the demolition drive, and the operation was jointly carried out by the municipal corporation, district administration and police with heavy security deployment, including provincial armed constabulary personnel, in order to maintain law and order. Bulldozers were deployed across multiple points around the court complex, including the health building intersection, Sadar Tehsil area, registry office route, residency, CMO office vicinity and other adjoining stretches where illegal chambers and small commercial setups had reportedly expanded over the period of time. And as demolition began, tensions quickly rose in the area. A group of lawyers gathered at the site and staged protest, objecting to the sudden removal of their chambers, and some of them sat in front of the moving bulldozers in an attempt to stop the operation, while others raised slogans against the administration and the police. The situation became more charged when a bulldozer reportedly reached a chamber where a religious recitation including an Akhand Ramayan was underway, intensifying emotions among all those present. Police personnel deployed at the site attempted to control the situation and ensure that the court-directed action could continue. And when the protesting lawyers refused to move, police used mild force in order to disperse the crowd and clear the path for the demolition work. After the brief confrontation, the operation resumed and several structures were brought down. Some lawyers alleged that baton force was used against protesters, while officials maintained that the action was limited and necessary in order to maintain order and prevent obstruction of a lawful process. Deputy Commissioner of Police Kamlesh Dikshit stated that the demolition drive was being carried out strictly under High Court orders and with full coordination between civic and police authorities. He added that adequate security arrangements had been made in anticipation of resistance and that officials were continuously engaging with lawyers in order to ensure cooperation and avoid escalation. And according to the administration, the encroachments around the court complex had developed gradually over the time, with lawyers' chambers, photocopy shops and temporary structures extending into public spaces. Officials argued that all these unauthorized constructions had narrowed roads, blocked pedestrian movement and obstructed drainage systems, leading to the traffic congestion and inconvenience for the general public in one of the city's busiest administrative and judicial zones. Authorities further stated that the objective of the drive was not only to remove illegal constructions but also to restore public access, improve traffic flow and ensure better infrastructure management around important government offices and courts. They also emphasized that similar anti-encroachment drives had been carried out earlier in Lucknow in other areas as well, while some lawyers complied with the notices and vacated their chambers in advance. Others expressed strong opposition, stating that the demolition would severely affect their professional work and daily court-related activities. They argued that the lack of alternative arrangements would create hardship for a large number of advocates practicing in the area. And during the protest, slogans were raised against the administration, and brief moments of confrontation were reported between lawyers and the police personnel. And despite the resistance, officials confirmed that the operation would continue until all the identified illegal structures were removed. They reiterated that more than 200 chambers and shops across multiple locations around the court complex were part of the enforcement action. And as the day progressed, several structures were demolished and security forces remained deployed throughout the area in order to prevent further disturbances and ensure that the court's directions were implemented without any interruption.
देखिए, ये ध्वस्तीकरण नहीं है, ये हमारे समस्त अधिवक्ताओं का गुरूर चूर चूर किया जा रहा है। हम अपने न्यायमूर्ति का सम्मान करते हैं और समस्त अधिवक्ताओं के हित के लिए आज ये सोचिए, जानते हैं कि जब हमारा कल्याण कोई दूसरा नहीं कर सकता तो प्रभु राम ही हमारा कल्याण कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि संजीवनी का काम प्रभु हनुमान जी ने किया था और हनुमान जी ने ही उस सेना को मतलब बचाया था। आज हम समस्त अधिवक्ता गण रोड पे इसलिए हैं, हम पे लाठी चार्ज किया जा रहा है, हमारा गुरूर तोड़ा जा रहा है, हमारा चैम्बर तोड़ा जा रहा है। हम ये बिल्कुल नहीं चाहते कि आप हमारा चैम्बर मत तोड़िए। यदि आपको लगता है कि गलत है तो आप तोड़ दीजिए, लेकिन उसके पहले हमारी वैकल्पिक व्यवस्था कर दीजिए, क्योंकि हमें बैठने का स्थान दे दीजिए। मैं स्वयं हटा लूंगा, क्योंकि यदि आप बुलडोजर हमारे चैम्बरों पे चलाएंगे तो हमारा मान सम्मान खंडित होगा, हमारा मान सम्मान चूर चूर होगा। मैं अपने मान सम्मान के साथ, मैं अपने अधिवक्ताओं के साथ कोई समझौता नहीं करना चाहता, क्योंकि हमारा मान सम्मान यदि चला गया तो हम कैसे प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, हम कैसे दूसरों को न्याय दिलाएंगे। जब मेरे साथ अन्याय होएगा तो हम आम जनमानस को कैसे न्याय की पराकाष्ठा और न्याय के मंदिर में लाएंगे, क्योंकि हमारे पास मजलूम, गरीब, गुर्गा सब हर एक व्यक्ति आता है। हम कहाँ फाइलें रखें? यदि हमारे चैम्बर के सामने आप देखिए, मैंने फुटपाथ छोड़ा है, रोड छोड़ा है, मेन रोड छोड़ा है, क्योंकि जब हमारे जनपद न्यायाधीश के पास समस्त अधिवक्ताओं को बैठने की जगह नहीं है, इसीलिए हम लोग इधर उधर बैठे हुए हैं। कोई इधर उधर बैठना नहीं चाहता, कोई इंक्रोच नहीं करना चाहता, क्योंकि खासकर अधिवक्ता, इस दुनिया में केवल एक व्यक्ति विद्वान होता है, वो है हरिश्चंद्र बंसल, विद्वान अधिवक्ता। केवल हमारे समुदाय के आगे लिखा जाता है विद्वान अधिवक्ता, लर्नेड काउंसिल। और हम कोर्ट ऑफिसर होते हुए भी हमारे ऊपर बुलडोजर चलाया जा रहा, हमारे भाइयों पे लाठीचार्ज किया जा रहा। ये बहुत ही गलत है, क्योंकि हमारे मान सम्मान को ठेस पहुंचेगी तो हमारे पूरे 32,000 अधिवक्ता भाइयों के मान सम्मान को ठेस पहुंचेगी, पूरे प्रदेश तक आग लगेगी। हम लोग ये नहीं चाहते कि दूसरे का अहित हो, हम ये चाहते हैं कि हमारे समस्त जितने भी अधिवक्ता बंधु हैं उनको बैठने की वैकल्पिक व्यवस्था कर दी जाए, उनको चैम्बर सुनिश्चित करा दिया जाए। हम लोग अपना निर्माण स्वयं हटा लेंगे। अपना परिचय दे दीजिए। मैं हरिश्चंद्र बंसल, अधिवक्ता, सिविल कोर्ट परिसर,